Hey, this is Tommy T. I'm at KFAB Studios, and I'm going to do a review for the Summerfest. So hold on, people. The first matchup was, of course, the one that was coming live from Fontaine Studios. It was Captain Aaron Nation, the 13 TV champion, against Dr. 13. And it was a pretty decent match. It started out in the ring and it worked to the floor a little while, and there was some pretty wild spots. One time, Nation got thrown into one of the stand-up cameras and knocked over, and it ended with Dr. 13 putting his finisher and getting the 1, 2, 3 after dispatching with Captain Nation's manager. Then became the actual beginning of the Summerfest. First match was Super Fidget 1 versus Wapito, a battle of the little guys, or little people, whatever you're supposed to call them. It was pretty back and forth most of the matchup, but then midway through, Super Fidget number 2 came down and tried to get involved and accidentally splashed his own partner for Wapito to pick up the 1, 2, 3. Next up was Dr. Wolfenstein with his spouse Lita versus Big Dan Green. And this was a pretty physical match. They were back and forth most of the matchup, and it ended when Dr. Wolfenstein locked in his chokehold out and Dan Green tapped out for the loss. Next up was the girls' championship match with Lorena taking on Daisy for her title. Right before the match started, Daisy's two BFFs, Blanca and Letty, came out and attacked her, and all three of them were beating her down when then Lorena's two friends, Lulu and Ali, came and helped her out. The match was pretty back and forth most of the time, and it ended when all six girls got into the ring, and Lorena came off the top and got the 1, 2, and 3. Next up was Mr. Morrison versus Charles Granthal in a street fight no DQ match, and it was pretty wild. It started in a ring and it went to the floor, and they fought all around the building. They even went outside, and it ended whenever they came back. They had fought their way back inside, and Mr. Morrison came off the top of the rope with a big piece of the table and came down and pinned him on top of it. Pretty decent match. Next came up was probably the big surprise match of the night, the Wapples versus the Buchek brothers. And I don't have to tell you the history here. The matchup began with all four face-to-face in the ring, and then they started squaring up with each other. Then fists started flying. After a while, it got back to normal one-on-ones, and then suddenly, about midway, the lights went out, and the lights came back on. There was a person standing in the ring that was covered up. He revealed himself to be El Rey. He stopped the match and picked up a microphone and gave a big long speech to them, explained what had been happening over the last year. It ended with all four parties hugging and reuniting La Familia. Then El Rey turned and called, and Lorena and Wapito joined them in the ring. La Familia is back. Next up was the main event, the Grunge versus the real Corvette Clark and 13. It started out pretty normal, back and forth. Then, about midway through the match, it broke out and got really wild. The end came when 13 knocked out Dirt Cord with a sign and pinned him in the ring while the two Corvettes were fighting outside the ring. You can believe this rivalry is not over. I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars, only because certain matches should have been a little bit longer. The Dr. Wolfenstein match could have gone a little longer. And I think the Mr. Morrison match might have gone a little too long. But other than that, it was a pretty decent show end to end. And the inclusion of the 13 TV title match was a good thing. So until next time, this is Tommy G. Peace.